Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BSV TV. I'm your host Satoshi, and on this show we'll be defending the one and only, truly genuine Bitcoin. The Bitcoin that Satoshi Nakamoto designed in his white paper as a peer-to-peer electronic cash system for the world. Let's get the disclaimers out of the way. So all the statements that you hear on this show are opinion and must only ever be taken as opinion. They are never to be taken as any form of advice, family, financial, sexual or otherwise. And on that note, let's sit back, relax, have some fun and enjoy the show. Get paid for your content in Bitcoin and set your own fee on Streamanity.
Yeah, I'm not surprised I wasn't asked why I'm convinced Craig is Satoshi. I posted on Reddit. He signed in my presence using the private key from block number one, the very first mined Bitcoin block. On a computer that I'm convinced had not been tampered with, on software I'm convinced that had not been tampered with, a message of my choosing.
At InChain, we've just funded a number of universities doing, so far, a test up to 1 gigabyte because it validates what we've already done independently. We've tested up to 380 gigabyte blocks. We've tested 1 million transactions a second and transaction sizes up to 20 megabytes. Super complex scripts. Basically ones that can run operating systems. That's basically all of global commerce times about 50. On top of that, we can have complex scripts. On top of that, we can scale each of those transactions 1,000 times, which effectively means about 1 billion transactions per second, which means we can then have all derivatives, all complex trades. That means high frequency trading. It means everything that happens globally.
Is the market that effectively BSV is going for, is that global e-commerce, which is currently valued at $29 trillion?
No, that's too small.
Buy and sell Bitcoin instantly at bsvgravity.com. And you can now book and pay for your winter holiday at skibsv.com. Good afternoon, everybody. It looks like we are live, spot on 5 o'clock. What a fantastic day to be live at 5. Rock and roll. Never a dull moment in crypto. So let's get ready for this show. Rock on, Tommy, as they say. So we're starting with this opening screen so I can just explain to everybody why we are live on Twitch. I used to broadcast on YouTube, but YouTube took down 2 of my channels. Then they prevented me from editing my shows. Then they started deleting my episodes, even though I only had like 50 viewers on my channel. So it just goes to show that I'm relevant. But I thought, you know what? They're still not going to take me down. I will broadcast live on Twitch. I will upload the trailer onto YouTube, so they haven't got any excuses to pull the show down. They can find whatever they like on there. And then we'll upload the full episode onto Streamanity. So there we go. Just catch the live show every day at 5 from wherever in the world I am. Currently 5 p.m. GMT because I'm in the UK. Just go to www.twitch.tv/SatoshiTV and to catch all the episodes on Streamanity. I have my own website, which is www.satoshi.tv. Oh yeah. Right, let's get on with these opening images then. Again, this is just for any newbies, and also this is going to help for some other people who are into it, who are trying to explain to these shitcoiners what's actually happened with Bitcoin. Because at the moment, obviously, nobody really gives a monkeys about fundamentals because they're all chasing number go up. But anybody who's intelligent just simply knows that number go up without any real fundamental value behind it is Ponzi, which is what BTC is. And let me explain to you how BTC got to where it is. This diagram is probably the most coherent and clearest and basic diagram you will ever see to understand what has gone on with Bitcoin. Bitcoin started at the Genesis block. The network was started on the 3rd of January 2009 by Satoshi Nakamoto under a pseudonym because his real name was Craig Wright. And people can't see the link between Satoshi Nakamoto and Craig Wright, but if you read the white paper, then his writings are literally all over it. It's hilarious. It's like slang language. Undeniable. You know, Satoshi Nakamoto was in no way Japanese. His English has got too much, too much slang in it. It's hilarious. But the fact that even to this day, some people still don't believe it just goes to show you how good he really is. And I can tell you he is that good because you judge him by the white paper that he produced. Like, absolutely sensational stuff. And then we'll look at what Bitcoin has given birth to and what it really is. So the network started, and then on the 1st of August 2017, a company called Blockstream, who were formed and were funded to the tune of $100 million by corporations that had suspiciously close links to the Federal Reserve, was founded and said, actually, you know what, Bitcoin is no longer going to be a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. You're not meant to use it. It's instead, it's going to be a store of value, but it's just not going to be very valuable. But it doesn't need to be valuable because scarcity make number go up. Oh my god! Like, honestly, it's another level for people that actually believe all this shit. But people do. They've gobbled it up. Even though it makes no sense, but it just goes to show you what manipulation is capable of. So anyway, they said, right, we're not going to scale it, and we're going to change it. So what we're going to do is we're going to segregate the signatures, but we're going to tell people we'll segregate the signatures to create more room in the block. If you need more room in the block, just increase the block size. Segregating the signatures is literally like tearing the bottom off of contracts where the signatures have been signed and saying, you know what we'll do? We'll store the paperwork on with the contract details in this filing cabinet, and we'll just store the signatures in this one over there. It's just like, well, when those signatures become detached from the contract, that contract doesn't mean shit because it's applicable to the people who have signed it. And this is why they broke the chain of signatures, because it's the chain of signatures that holds everybody on the network to account, which means the network can be decentralized, as in there is no central point of authority that has any control or centralized control or authority on it. Now, since Blockstream broke the chain of signatures, they now control the chain, which is why Vitalik Buterin had to create Ethereum, because he approached Blockstream and said, can I build Ethereum on top of your blockchain? They were like, no. And obviously, rather than saying no because we're not going to scale it and we're going to turn it into a piece of shit, they just simply said no. Didn't really offer him an explanation, because obviously the explanation is they don't want people to use it. Similar to what the Federal Reserve did in 1933 when they asked people to give up their gold. They're just like, right, so, but because gold has value due to the qualities that it's got, the value that BTC has got is its utility. So they had to take that away. So that's why they were just like, right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to break the chain of signatures, we control it, and now we're going to take away its utility because that's where the value is. So not only will we take your gold, but now we'll also take the utility away from Bitcoin. But we'll still keep the name, thank you very much. Won't tell you what we've done. So now that they centrally control it, it means that it's no longer money. See, Bitcoin being a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, cash being the most liquid form of money, money has no value if it is centrally controlled. And if something is centrally controlled, then it is a security or a token at best. That is it. So once money is centrally controlled, it has absolutely zero fundamental value. And to prove that BTC is controlled by Blockstream, just listen to what the Chief Strategy Officer of Blockstream, which is Samson Mow, said during this interview. Here we go.
Bitcoin was created by the central bankers that enslave you today. It is their scapegoat.
How do you answer those, Max and Stacey?
I think the evidence is clear that they do not control it. There's 10 years, almost 11 years now of track record.
Yeah, Blockstream controls it.
I'm sorry, go ahead. Who does?
Blockstream.
Oh,
all right.
I was looking at you when I said that.
Yeah, I'm a block. I have a spy. I'm more than spies. No, so this. It's an interesting. There's.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's. He literally could not believe his ears. Samson Mow did say that. Now listen to the Listen to the response that Max Kaiser had to Samson Mao saying that stuff. Like, here we go.
Bitcoin was created by the central...
No, not that. This one here. Hold on 1 second.
I have come to the conclusion that Bitcoin gets people to do strange things and to say strange things.
So even he thought it was odd, but they're trying to brush it under the carpet. Even Simon Dixon said, oh, he was joking when he said that. Well, if he was joking, why is it factually correct and true? Like, so this is what I'm saying. All the price that you're seeing in BTC right now is the world's largest bubble ever. It literally overshadows the tulip mania bubble of, let me think, was tulip mania 1963? Hold on one second. Let me look at tulip mania. Here we go. Tulip mania bubble. Oh, started 1636. Wow. In the Netherlands. Yeah, and ended in February 1637. Wow. Yeah, wow. So, I think like 400 years ago. Jeepers. But, people who listen to my show will understand that's why this thing called the Tulip Trust was created, in honor of those tulips, because it's a bubble. But we'll come to that in just a minute. So when Blockstream implemented SegWit on the 24th of August 2017, BTC officially became a security, literally owned and controlled by Blockstream, and then Bitcoin just simply had to carry on. The protocol didn't change. However, the ticker symbol changed to BCH. And then Roger Ver and his crony mates thought, you know what we'll do? We will now change Bitcoin so that we can do what we want on it. We want it to be anonymous. We want people to buy drugs. We want to be able to engage in all the abhorrent, illegal activities that, lead on to a chaotic society, which was absolutely insane. And so they made it non-regulatory compliant, which means global trade and international commerce will never use it. Now, global trade and international commerce need something they can use, and if they can't use this, they'll simply use something else. And if you don't believe that it's not regulatory compliant, and that anyone and everyone should be able to use it, just have a listen to what Roger Ver says about it. Here we go.
I have a question here from Satoshi, defender of Bitcoin. He said, if a cryptocurrency is anonymous, like BCH, I don't think BCH is anonymous, but maybe there is something.
Check out cashfusion.com and you combine that with reusable payment codes, and you get Bitcoin Cash in the same sort of ballpark of privacy as Monero. It's really awesome. So you can check out Cashfusion. And I always get it wrong. I think it's .com, but it might be .org. So you can check both. Cashfusion.com.
Okay, awesome. So BCH, maybe using Cash Fusion and XMR, if they're anonymous, how can a business get legal recourse against a supplier if the supplier defaults and no proof on the transaction exists because anon?
Yeah, if you want your cryptocurrency to be perfectly legal for everything all the time, just go use your Visa card. Just go use your PayPal, right? What do you need a cryptocurrency for? You can do all of it with a centralized, fully legal and fully compliant payment platform, right? So go use PayPal. I think you've missed the entire point. The entire point of cryptocurrencies is that by technological design, they are beyond the reach of the law.
That is absolutely outrageously wrong. Outrageously wrong. Dangerously wrong to have that opinion, to go around telling people that absolute crap. Nothing is above the law. The law has got nothing better to do than to hunt you down and stop you, because it is their job. They do not just simply sit on their asses and do nothing. They do their job. They are paid by the government. They have got nothing else better to do. They will hunt you down and they will stop this and they will take it down. And when they do, there is no coming back from it. And you will end up in jail, as a lot of people will. So don't be listening to this absolute fool telling you this cock and bullshit.
Above the law. That's why, imagine if Bitcoin could have been shut down by governments, they probably would have shut it down from, right out of the gate.
And the reason they didn't shut it down is because it's regulatory compliant. Why on earth would you invest time and money in something to make it illegal when it will and can be taken down, as has been proven by Liberty Reserve? Liberty Reserve was already far more distributed than the Bitcoin network was. They can just simply take it down. What he's saying is absolutely insane.
And it's the fact that Bitcoin can't be shut down. We should ask the BSVers this. If they pass a law saying BSV needs to shut down their blockchain, are they going to obey and shut down their BSV blockchain?
Bitcoin is regulatory compliant. It is a genuine commodity, just like gold is. The reason drugs are illegal is because they cause harm. Blockchain technology does not cause harm. Blockchain technology, for the first time in history, allows immutable digital data to exist that cannot be infected by virus software or malware or anything like that. This is why it hasn't been shut down. But cocaine, for example, that has been banned. That has been made illegal because it does bad things to the body. It is really not healthy. Criminals engage in this. So, hence the price is through the roof. But do you really want to go to jail? Is it really worth the risk? No, I just simply want to use blockchain technology. And it's the blockchain technology that provides the value so that Bitcoin can be used as a medium of exchange. Just like fiat currency, or the currency that we use at the moment, was backed by gold and gold's value, Bitcoin is blocked by blockchain technology value, which is the value of sovereignty over our own data for the first time in history. That is absolutely huge. This is why Bitcoin will become the most valuable thing in the world, without a doubt. In my mind, anyway.
I hope the answer would be no, which is just a lot of the stuff I see from some of these BSVers are silly.
Patronizing, sod.
But then there's other BSV fans that, I'm very, very sympathetic to their way of thinking. But the ones that say that the blockchains all need to be legally compliant about everything all the time, just go use your Visa card.
Unbelievable. Total shitcoiner. And if you wonder why I call his shitcoin B-Crash, well, that's what he calls it himself. Have a listen.
And we're going to really spread Bitcoin Crash across the entire country here in Antigua.
He actually said that. That was him. There we go. It is B-Crash, without a shadow of a doubt. So now that they've turned Bitcoin into B-Crash and turned it into an absolute piece of shit with no fundamental value, Bitcoin just simply had to carry on. Now, Bitcoin cannot be controlled, because if it was controlled, it would simply have no value whatsoever. That's why it can be tampered with. The original protocol still exists. It is simply maintained. It can still, anybody can still fork the BSV chain. However, they cannot fork the BTC chain because it is Blockstream that own and control BTC. It is Roger Ver and his crony mates that own and control BCH. However, the BSV chain is the only chain that can still be tampered with and split and centralized. But hopefully, all these shitcoiners are now out of the system. Blockstream have shown their hand. The anarcho-capitalists have shown their hand. Now we just simply have pure Bitcoiners in the system. With BTC and BCH, they will not be able to economically sustain the systems they run on, because when knowledge catches up with speculation, the speculative price will just simply match their fundamental value at zero, and very, very quickly. So let's just see what Craig has to say about money and power, shall we? Have a listen to this. Here we go.
This is what it all comes down to. See, what people don't understand is Bitcoin, with a stable protocol, takes away power. If no one can change the protocol, not me, not God, there's no power in money. Money is all about power. And this is one of the things Bitcoin has done. It has removed that power. It will remove that power globally.
There we go. Fascinating stuff. It removes power. It removes the control that those who have the power, it removes the power they have over us. And let's just have a quick look here at what Henry Ford thinks about the current monetary system and their central control. Here we go. Henry Ford, monetary systems. Let's bring this up. Let's show this. There we go. Hopefully we can enlarge this one. Oh, maybe we can make that one a bit larger, maybe. See if there's another one. This one will do. Let's see how big this one is. Henry Ford quote, seriously? Come on. There we go. That's what he wanted. So this is what Henry Ford said about the current monetary system. He said, it is well enough that people of our nation do not understand our banking and monetary system. For if they did, I believe there would be a revolution before tomorrow morning. He knew. He knew that there was a group of people that just simply print money. Now, if you think about it, we're all slaving away, trying to pay our bills, being squeezed by the taxman. And what are these people doing who are taxing us? They're being paid by people who just simply sit there and print money. And if they turn those money printers off, or if they decide you're not getting any money, there's nothing you can do. All your resources are gone. That is why we need a commodity money. Commodity being the operative word. Common to everyone. As in, like, there is no gatekeepers to this money. The world is now free to do as they please. Within the law. I mean, in terms of exchange, nobody can stop them, things that they want to exchange. It just means that the police are going to have to do their old, get back to their old detective work to stop people behaving badly. But the money itself is common to everyone. Everybody has to use it. We cannot have a single central source of power deciding who does and who doesn't get the money. Because as we've experienced already, absolute power corrupts absolutely. And then you get into the situation that we're in at the moment. Saying, oh, you cannot leave your home. You cannot go out. You cannot open your business. You will be dependent on us for handouts. It is literally, we are in the realms of being dictated to. And we're almost allowing it to happen. And it's all due to money. They can spin narratives in the media, tell us an absolute load of cock and bull. What are we going to do about it? Because those same people who are spinning that narrative in the media are the same people who control the money printers. Like, we're in a really dire situation right now. But that just goes to show you how important Bitcoin is and how much we really need it. So talking about like how much we need Bitcoin and the demand for it, let's see what Satoshi Nakamoto's intentions were for Bitcoin. Have a listen to this. See what he says.
At the end of the day, we own a lot of Bitcoin. The simple thing is, if we make the network scale, if we make it bigger, my main compensation, more than anything anyone could ever pay me, is the price of Bitcoin goes up. So that's my pure drive. I want Bitcoin not to go up to 10,000 or 100,000. I want it to be worth millions per Bitcoin. That's it. And that's what we spend money for. Very simple.
That's what they spend money for? Very simple. I don't want Bitcoin to be 10,000. I don't want Bitcoin to be 100,000. I want Bitcoin to be worth millions. Now, the only way a Bitcoin can be worth millions is if everybody uses it. If the entire world is the market. Therefore, for the entire world to be the market, it has to be regulatory compliant. It has to be fundamentally sound. It has to be technologically strong enough to be able to deal with all of those things. This is what Bitcoin is all about. A peer-to-peer, electronic cash system for the world. Or in other words, it is the foundation layer for all future digital technologies, secured and underpinned by economic principles. Not political principles, not centralized power principles, economic principles. It will, the economic principles being demand for the service, which is the demand for blockchain technology, which is the demand for sovereignty over our data and our finances. It's absolutely huge. So all of these shitcoins in the market that we're looking at the moment are just a complete waste of resources, and they distract resources away from Bitcoin. And just to make it easier for everybody, I have made this very famous coin crap chart. Oh, and I actually updated that the other day. Oh, let me see if I can. I put. I'm sure I put polka dot in there. I'm sure I did. Let me just see if I can find that one. Hold on one sec. Live show and all that's going to have to wait. Right, we'll just simply have to use this one. Yeah, I took out Tezos. Polkadot is actually proof of stake anyway. So, yeah. But I've put, what is a security on the left-hand side and which ones are a commodity. So only Litecoin is a commodity. Well, besides Bitcoin, obviously, because it's a complete rip-off of Bitcoin, but created by Charlie Lee. So because Charlie Lee created it, and he knew that he created it, he said he created it from the beginning, and it's an absolute piece of shit because he used it as an exit scam, let's just listen to what Charlie Lee had to say about his own creation.
You created Litecoin, right? So this has to be something like you're incredibly passionate about.
Yeah, as most of you probably know, I kind of created it just for fun, right? I didn't really expect it to become anything.
And according to the Litecoin Foundation, Charlie Lee sold all of his Litecoin at $98, $155, and $350. The greatest exit scam in history, because he will get away with it. Because he did everything by the book. He never actually encouraged anybody to use it. He just simply said it was like silver to Bitcoin's gold, Bitcoin's little brother, pretended like butter wouldn't melt in his mouth. And yet, if we look at the market cap, it's actually above Bitcoin. Let's have a quick look. So the market cap, look at that. Well, if you don't include Tether, fourth it would be with a market cap of $11 billion. And he's saying that he just created it as a joke. Unbelievable. But anyway, let's just remind ourselves. What is it Bitcoiners say?
Hey, hey,
hey. Hey, hey, hey. There we go. So only proof of work can be money, because proof of work provides competition between those who economically sustain the network. It's proof of work that provides the competition. Now, competition is just one of the pillars. First of all, there is accountability, i.e. chain of signatures in Bitcoin, holding all the users and devs on the network to account. Secondly, there is a locked protocol, so it's permissionless, which means anyone and everybody can build on it. Thirdly, there has to be infinite scale, so there is always new market for the miners to compete for. Fourth one is proof of work, so that there is competition between those who economically sustain the network. And the last one is a fixed supply. But that's the only one that these shitcoiners tend to focus on. They're like, fixed supply, scarcity, make number go up. No, it is utility and its value. And without those four pillars of decentralizations in place that I just mentioned, there is absolutely no fundamental value, because the digital networks are centralized in some way or other. They will be shut down. They are absolute pieces of shit, and it just means the world will never use them. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. Right, so on that note, now I've gone through the shitcoin market and the first and the chains. Let's have a look at this is all the figures. This is the crypto forecast, the strength of the system, the health of the network. So we've got Bitcoin 0.4% of the hash rate, Core Coin 0.9, Bcrash 0.9, Coolcoin 98.9 because like number go up. Probably going to, yeah, that'll hit 40,000 very soon, I suspect. Network nodes, same as they ever were since the 15th of November 2018. Bitcoin 2.6%, Bcrash 11.5, Coolcoin 85.9. Transactions, Bitcoin winning 46.9%, coming back at you. That's where the value is. Bcrash 14%, Coolcoin 39. Block size 38.8 for Bitcoin, 11.8 for Bcrash, and 49.4 for Coolcoin. So let's just spot the biggest block on Bcrash. Haven't seen this today. Oh, got 883. Be lucky to find one bigger than that. And that's the biggest one I can see. Yeah. And that was an 883 mined by Hathor. Absolutely hilarious. So increasing competition on the chain for those shitcoiners, strangling the chain basically. And let's have a look. If we look at Coolcoin, we can just simply see that the amount of the data has stayed the same because they've prevented people from using it. So not only did they say you're not meant to use it, they're just like, well, you're not meant to use it, but now you can't. What's all that about? So let's just have a look. So there might be some more mining pools on here. Because I spotted some yesterday. Oh look, Slush. I've not heard of them before. Foundry USA pool, whatever. Oh, 2 bits of Slush in there. So new miners coming on board. And let's play spot the biggest block on Bitcoin. I can see a 6.2 from Tal. Tal macking it hard today. A 1.9 from BTC.com. Right, so it looks like Tal's 6.2 is the biggest block on Bcrash. You know, I mean, and all these other chains would be over the moon if they could get anywhere near that, but they can't because they're an absolute bag of shit. But Binance all over Bitcoin at the moment. Look at this. Oh, I'm looking forward to having a look at the hash rate chart when we get down there. So let's whiz through these graphs then. So we've got a Bitcoin hash rate by network. Yeah, Coolcoin, Bcrash, and Bitcoin. Again, so the hash rate will just simply follow price, which follows value. So we know it's coming. Proof of work by network, Coolcoin, Bcrash will stop overnight. Hash rate, Bcrash versus Bitcoin. Proof of work, Bcrash versus Bitcoin is 26,000 times cheaper, or 27,000 times cheaper, to transact on Bitcoin than Coolcoin, because Coolcoin is an absolute piece of shit. It is 4.3% more profitable to mine on Coolcoin, so that's probably why miners are on it. Can't blame them really, because all they do is profit seek, nothing else. There's no political agendas there, unless they have shitcoin ideologies like Jihan and Bitmain and stuff like that. Yeah, here we go. So daily average Bitcoin block size by network. Oh, Coolcoin winning. But transactions by network, Bitcoin winning. Transactions per block, Bitcoin winning. Fees, USD Bitcoin smashing it. Fees, Satoshi's Bitcoin smashing it. Block reward ratio, again, that'll come in time, which follows price, which follows value. Blockchain growth by network, again, laughing at Bcrash. They're absolutely hilarious. And here we go. Global hash rate, 7 days. F2 Pool and Binance up there at 1 and 2, followed by Huobi this week. BTC.com down in 4th, Pooling in 5th. Global hash rate 24 hours. Huobi turning up in 24 hours. And then BTC.com being pushed out of the way by Ampool, but they're both Bitmain anyway. So this is Coolcoin. Coolcoin will probably look almost identical to 24-hour hash rate because it's 98.9% of the hash rate. So yeah, very similar there. Bcrash. Jihan at BTC.com loving it at the moment for whatever reason. An absolute total and utter shitcoin, as I explained at the beginning of the show. Wow, look at Bitcoin. Wow, look at this. Tal absolutely macking it. I wonder if that's because they've maybe increased the size of their operation. Still only 40.4% of the hash rate. But yeah, Tal absolutely macking it on there. Binance on there for some reason. 2nd place. We keep trying to shake them off, but they keep coming back like a bad smell. They just simply won't go away. That's because they have recognized a need for it. Oh dear, if they don't have any in stock when the time comes. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Huobi giving up their top spots, making room for Binance and Tau. Hathor still on there, Norpool, Mempool still on there. Good to see them. Via BTC, I think they're just like, well, yeah, I mean, looks like they turned down the heat a little bit. Coin down. Seriously? Come on. Let's open up this again. And then Jihan, yeah, Jihan, Bitmain, blah, 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 F2 pool. Righty-roo, seen that now. Let's have a quick look at Bitcoin Blocks Live, which is showing us the network moving in front of our very eyes. Let's see what the transaction count is. Two transactions per second at the moment. But the rectangular blocks in front of our eyes are the transactions being recognized by the nodes on the network. Below that are listed the organizations who are generating those transactions. And on the right hand side of that, you've got the transaction ID, the input, the output, the type, and the op return. When the transactions are recognized by the nodes on the network, they're thrown into the meme pool. When they're in the meme pool, they are then competed for by miners and payment processors in order to put the transaction in a block and store the block on the blockchain. And the blockchain being here. So these are the different various blocks along the chain being added to it. So the biggest one here, we've got an 8.3. And in the highlighted rectangular box below, we can see the hash number, the height, who it was mined by, the block size, the time, the date, the transaction count, and total fees. And so with total fees, we are hoping to actually have the fees in the blocks to surpass the block reward. So the block reward is currently 6.25 Bitcoin, equates to approximately about $1,000. And let's go back to one of these other pictures. Here we go. This is the block reward counting down as it gets cut in half. So, you know, what are these shitcoiners going to do when there are no blocks mined? Well, you know, where are they going to get their money from? There are no blocks being produced. You know, literally, if there are no blocks being produced, and the only place that miners can get money from is by mining those blocks, what are they going to do? It is so ridiculous. The whole point of having Bitcoin is that Bitcoin was there to economically sustain the network while the network was growing. Once the network grows and there is huge transaction volumes on chain and the miners can now sustain themselves from processing those transactions, that is a system that can economically sustain itself indefinitely. That is the world's peer-to-peer electronic cash system. And very excited in Bitcoin, which is BSV, crossover anticipated around Q1 2021. Of which we are now in. Very exciting times. Very exciting times. Yes, so I'll mention more about that in just a mo. But let's have a quick look at these bit info charts. So again, for any newbies watching the show, we've got various different metrics here. Easy, well explained by the different colors. We're going to look at transactions last 24 hours. So this is actually all the cryptos. You go to rich list, you can look at all the wallets to see how many bitcoins and shitcoins are in each, see where you rank in the scheme of things. And we go to bit info charts. So these are all the shitcoins across the top that you can compare. And then they've got different headings. So highlighted in the blue tabs, we'll go transactions or average transactions per hour. Let's look at this one. We'll take out Doge. I don't know why they put Doge in there, absolute joke. So we'll put Bitcoin in there, obviously, BSV, and we'll put Bcrash for lulz, and we'll go to log, and we'll do that over 3 years because that's when Bitcoin got its protocol back under a different ticker symbol, and this is when it started, 15th of November 2018, and look at that, because this is the strength of Bitcoin. This is what Bitcoin is capable of. It's basically managed this in the space of almost like a little over a year, 2 years to actually surpass BTC, Bcrash, it flew past, Litecoin, it flew past, Ethereum, you're next. We are coming for ya. Yes, indeed. All right. So that's those graphs done. I will end it here for the YouTube trailer, and let's get into the Twitter gossip. So I think that's it, people. So yeah, we'll leave it there because I've been going for like 1 hour 34 minutes. Oh my god! But I've got to do this every day. I can't help myself. There's just so much going on, so much to say, so much to explain. I hope people enjoy all the knowledge that I put into my and the effort I put into my shows. So yeah, as ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there. Joy given. Same time tomorrow. Catch you later. BuyBSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online. Get paid for your content in Bitcoin and watch the full episode on Streamanity for just 20 cents. Go to www.satoshi.tv. See the link in the description below. Bitcoin, one world, one chain.
Yeah, one vision.